Eggplant! Join me for this episode for my inspired vegan fried fish. The San Francisco Bay Area. Working as a professional chef, Indian food is something that I love to cook. So, learning about Indian food and how to utilize different types of vegetables different ways. Eggplant is one of them that is very common. So, in most Indian dishes, they fry the eggplant. So, I was like, maybe I should fry the eggplant for soul food. So, today we are going to do soul-inspired vegan fish with the eggplant. Okay, so I have my eggplant, I washed it. I prefer the big purple one. The larger one you can get is better, but any size will do. Okay, so the eggplant, wash it. You want to go ahead and take off this part. But you know, before we do that, let's go ahead and get some vegetable oil in our pan here so it can get nice and hot. Because we want the oil really, really hot so it can fry our eggplant. Okay, so here I'm taking off the top and the bottom of the eggplant. And I want to get rid of a little bit of the skin, not a lot. I'm using the edge of my knife because it's really sharp. So I'm just peeling off a little bit of the skin. Now you could leave it a little blotchy. It kind of adds a nice little texture when you do that. If you don't want to use your knife like this, you could go ahead and use a potato peeler as well. Okay, so I do want to leave it a little bit of the skin on just to give it a little bit of texture. Okay, so here I've taken off most of the skin, but again, I want to leave a little bit of skin on for the texture. As you see here, the eggplant is already starting to brown a little bit, and that's okay. Don't be scared of the brown eggplant because that's what we want. We want it to be a little bit brown so that we can get the texture, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so I went ahead and sliced them long like this. Here, if you like, if it's really big, you could kind of slice it in half if you want to. A little bit like this here if you want to. But if not, I prefer to kind of leave it like this. Alright, so we have our eggplant. It's starting to brown. That's what we want. We want it to be a little bit of brown texture on there. So we have our lemon. Yes. So the lemon will prevent it from being brown, but I'm going to repeat again, we do want it a little bit brown for texture. So I'm using the lemon for flavor, because remember, this is not real fish, okay? But we are utilizing the vegetable here, the eggplant, and so it's going to act as our fish and once we fry it. Okay, so the lemon is going to give it a great flavor and nice bite to it as well. Okay, so we have that. Let's go ahead and get into our seasons. Turmeric. I use turmeric not for necessarily the flavor, but for the color. So it makes a really, really great color on the eggplant. And then we have our paprika, our seasoning salt. We have Italian seasoning and lemon pepper and kosher salt. So we'll go ahead and get that in there and we will mix this up a bit. I have some extra kosher salt here. Go ahead and put that on. And look how it is going to give it a wonderful flavor and a great texture. So we'll just sprinkle it on. And you can sprinkle on as much as you want, less, not too less. And see, look at that. Look how it gives it this great color. And then with the acidity of the lemon, it is going to be good. See, so, and then you can see why a little bit of brown, it give it that texture that I had was talking about earlier. Okay, so you can let your eggplant sit for a little bit. Don't let it sit too much because it will turn all the way brown. We don't want it all the way brown, we just want it a little bit of brown. Okay, so after we do that there, let's go ahead and start on our mixture. We have cornmeal for our mixture, and panko breadcrumbs. You can also use the gluten-free panko breadcrumbs if you want to do it gluten-free as well. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this together. Just mix it in. And the reason why I use both, because it just adds a really nice crunchy texture. And a lot of people, you could bread it differently, all different ways. If you want to use flour, if you have a fish recipe, a fish breading recipe that you would like to use, you can also use that as well. But this is just something I played around a little bit over the years. Okay, Italian seasoning. All right, and that looks good. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our pan back nice and warm. Here's our eggplant right here that we went ahead and seasoned. Let's go ahead, a little bit more lemon juice, because remember, eggplant soaks up flavor. It soaks up flavor. So we kind of want it wet, just a little bit. And the reason is because I am going to go ahead and run a little bit of cornstarch on it. Not too much cornstarch, but a little bit. And then I am going to use that wetness from my lemon and I'm going to dip it into my cornmeal breadcrumb mixture. All right. And this is just a mixture that I came up with playing around, trying to find ways to feed my daughter at the time when she was gluten-free and vegan. And of course, we love soul food. I mean, my mom's Louisiana, right? So we had to have the fish. So being that I worked in a lot of different kitchens, experienced cooking lots of different foods, I found that the eggplant was the closest to a fish. And you will see why once I get it in this nice hot oil. Alright, so let's start with it. And you can let this hang out for a minute if you want. If not, so here it is right here. Woo-hoo! That's okay. Nobody's scared of the top of the grease. At least I'm not. Alright, and there's another one. And another one. So look how wonderful that is. That is just wonderful. All right, and you can already see that it's starting to get brown. So we have the temperature here. I put it on high heat so that we can get a nice crisp on it. And remember, we are using our vegetable oil because it's lighter in flavor and it has a higher fry point versus the olive oil. All right, look at this. It's coming up nicely and beautifully. I'm so excited about this. Is it ready to flip? No, just a little bit more time. Okay, so while we have that, hopefully it don't pop me while I'm talking here and I don't have to move like this. Let's go ahead and do our tartar sauce. Okay, so tartar sauce. You need tartar sauce to go along with the fish, right? So we are going to do a vegan tartar sauce. It's really easy, trust me, it's simple. Super, super simple. Vegan mayonnaise. Really? Vegan mayonnaise. It's a vegan mayonnaise. And you will like your sweet relish. Yeah, so vegan mayonnaise, sweet relish, a little minced garlic, not too much, just a tiny bit. And let's go back to the lemon juice. Yes. So that is vegan mayonnaise, sweet relish, a little bit of minced garlic, and lime juice. And all we want to do is go ahead, look, and just mix it together. That's it. That's our tartar sauce. We can add a little bit of kosher salt to it to give a little bit brightness flavor. You can add a little bit of your white pepper as well. And look, here we go. We have our tartar sauce. How great is this? Okay, so that's the vegan tartar sauce. Let's check on our fish and see if it needs to be turned over. Oh, here it is. This is great. Look at this color. Oh my goodness. Look at that color. Look at that color right there. That is a beautiful color. That is what we're looking for. So look, I showed you how to do a basic tartar sauce, vegan style, but we're gonna add some tobacco sauce to it as well. My mama is Louisiana. All right, look. So that was probably about 6 or 7 shakes into it. It just depends on what you like and how you like it. Look at that. It smells good already. This smells good, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get our vegan tartar sauce with our tobacco sauce in it. And that is going to be beautiful. All right. Look how gorgeous that is. That is nice. Okay, so we have our vegan fish coming up. And we want to say, why don't you say just fried eggplant? Well, it won't be no fun, right? All right, look at that. This texture right here is what I'm going for. This is beautiful. This is amazing. So this is a golden texture, just how we like it there. And I use the eggplant, I use the panko crumb on it. Of course, you can use more corn, you can use more cornmeal, any recipe that you have for frying your chicken, frying your fish, your batter, you could go ahead and use that one. But I just used a really simple one here, and this is also gluten-free as well. That's amazing. So we're just gonna let these few more pieces come up. Again, use your vegetable oil because of the high corn. Okay, so look, I have the beautiful color on this. So look at this nice color, and you can see the cornmeal, the grits in the cornmeal, just like that. And then also we have the panko breadcrumbs as well. Okay, so again, I am showing you the way that I do the vegan fried fish, but I know everyone have their own different ways of their batter, but this is a great way and an easy way to do your vegan fried fish gluten-free style. Okay, so look at that. And these are like the little the little sticks that I had chopped up. All right. And this is just a beautiful color. Look at that. That is just amazing. So the reason why that I wanted the brownness on the eggplant is because when you go ahead and cut into it, you'll see like the little texture. So I'm gonna show you the texture later. Okay, so the vegan tartar sauce with a little bit of tobacco sauce to give it that kick. And then also remember the sauteed onions and bell peppers that we did earlier. We had some leftover, so let's go ahead and put that on the plate. And we have some sliced lemons, just in case you want to squeeze a little bit of lemon. We also have our tobacco sauce on the side, yes, and some green onions just to give it that nice little pretty look on top of that. And there we have it, our soul inspired vegan gluten-free fish.